Aloha, everybody. It is I, the Great Clement. And 2 weeks after Sonic 06 came out, they released this game for the Sony PlayStation Portable, the PSP, if you will. It is Sonic Rivals. And this is still the Dark Age of Sonic, and it's still not an amazing game by any means. But don't worry, guys. This one was developed by Backbone Entertainment, not Sonic Team. This one is somewhat competent. But Sonic Rivals is still a very polarizing game. It's not the greatest Sonic game you'll ever play, but I still think it's at least playable. I don't consider it bad, I just consider it kind of blandish, kind of forgettable, but some people may enjoy it. Either way, this game has 4 playable characters, 4 storylines, although they go through the exact same levels, so I'm going to be switching back and forth between the characters. You got Sonic, Knuckles, Shadow, and Silver the Hedgehog. So let's do it!
Oh, it's been a while, hasn't it, Sonic?
Hey, Eggman, what have you done with Amy and Tails?
Not to worry, they're sound asleep inside these cards.
Dang it! I came all the way to this island looking for the Master Emerald, but there's no sign of it here. Something about this island feels really familiar, though. Hey, isn't that Eggman? That's it! He must be involved in this again! Hey, Eggman! The Master Emerald is gone! I'll bet you're behind this, aren't you?
Yes, that's right. This camera lets me turn anything into a card, and I'll use it to create the ultimate card collection. If either of you want these cards, you'll need to catch me first.
I'm sorry for voice acting, guys, but there is no voice acting in this game. I mean, you do hear the generic clips of Jason Griffith, Dan Green, Mike Pollock during the actual game when they're doing their stunts and everything, but as for the cutscenes themselves, no voiceovers, so I just figured I'd add a little flavor to it. Please don't leave my video. Please keep watching. Anywho, this is Sonic Rivals, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 2D game with 3D graphics, so everything's got polygonal models and everything. You don't have to worry about going up or down, you're just going left and right. The gimmick with Sonic Rivals is in the title. Sonic has a lot of rivals. Knuckles, Shadow, Silver. And rivals are generally people you compete with to see which one of you is the better character, the better fighter, the better racer, whatever. And that's basically the gimmick with this game. In every level, even the boss fights, you are always in direct competition with another character, with certain exceptions like the last zone in the game, but we'll get to that stuff. Meaning, I am racing Knuckles to the goal ring in this first level. I have to race Knuckles and beat him. If Knuckles makes it to the end before I do, that counts as a loss, and I have to redo the entire level all over again. This game has a lot of weird gimmicks and a lot of things that, even if you're familiar with the traditional Sonic games, you might be caught off guard with this one, and it's not going to be to everyone's liking. The game has some really bad rubber banding where you could really be kicking the AI's ass, but because the rubber banding keeps spawning him right below or right before where you were, the game can be somewhat notoriously hard because, you know, you're doing the game really well, but hey, he's just spamming his special move and spamming secret abilities and stuff and hitting you anyway, and it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. So, and this level's pretty much almost over. The characters, they have a spin dash. I wouldn't use it too much because when you go uphill, the spin dash slows down, and if the characters you're racing against is still running, well, obviously your slowdown will be affected and he'll pass right by you. So spin dash I don't find that useful, although you can do it, and it's mostly used for the beginning startup part, where the checkpoint begins and everything.
Can you hear me, Shadow? There's someone after me! It's all so confusing. I'm not sure how to explain this. Anyway, follow this signal and come find me. I'm counting on you, Shadow!
After that last transmission, the doctor disappeared. That was 6 hours ago. What happened to him? Huh? What's this? A silver hedgehog? And he's chasing the doctor.
Oh, you've come all this way to find me. This must be something very important. Hey, Eggman, I've got something to ask you.
I'm doing Silver's voice horribly. But, yes, Silver the Hedgehog from Sonic 06 is in this game. And you gotta remember, folks, if you've seen my review, or if you've played that game at all, that game was erased from the timeline, so I bet you're wondering why Silver's here. Well, he comes from a new, different future, and as we play the game more and more, we will know why Silver is here in present day, chasing after Dr. Eggman. So now I'm playing as Shadow the Hedgehog. When you pick a character in the main game, you stay with that character until the end. But again, I'm switching back and forth between characters. They go in the same level order. There really is no difference in gameplay. I'm just choosing different characters. The only difference in gameplay is what your character's special move is. That's really it. Each character has the same abilities. Everybody spin dashes. Everybody air dashes when you push the jump button in the air. Everybody can homing attack into a robot to kill them. And you can just jump into them normally as well. And you also have a melee weapon, a melee kick, basically. When you run up to a guy, if you push the circle button before you hit the opponent, you can destroy them. However, if you don't have anyone in front of you, if you push the kick button and there's nothing in front of you, your character will actually trip and slow down. So you have to make sure your kick counts. If I'm chasing Silver, Silver better be in front of me, because if I kick and he misses and gets out of the way, then Shadow will trip on his ass like an idiot. And that applies to the robots as well. Like, if I have to kick an egg pawn, then if I kick him, I'm fine. But if I miss the egg pawn, then I trip on my ass, you know, stuff like that. But everyone is exactly the same. Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, Silver. They all have the same abilities. They don't have anything different other than their special move, which you can get by finding certain star icons on the map. Sonic's special move is a burst of speed. He goes so much faster and runs a lot faster for a short period of time. Shadow's special move is Chaos Control. He slows down his opponents for a brief period of time. Knuckles ground pounds, and wherever his opponent is, he will be stunned for a short period of time. And Silver uses his psychokinesis to completely screw up the controls of the player he's facing. So if you're fighting Silver, like I am here, if he uses his special move on me, it can be really annoying when I'm just running along and now all of a sudden holding right is left and pushing jump is like the attack button and stuff. He completely screws up your controls for a short period of time, and that's why Silver can be quite an annoying bastard to fight in the game. But that's the only difference. Knuckles does not glide or climb walls in this game. He only spin dashes and homing attacks. Everybody's the same. Shadow and Silver approach the first boss. Again, everyone goes through the exact same set pieces and scenarios, so the first boss is fought by everybody, and I'm just trying to show you all the cutscenes. I'm not doing 4 playthroughs of this game. I already did when I first got this game, and it's really time-consuming, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm just showing you all of the cutscenes so you can get an idea of what the story is. Because, you know, playing with every character gives you the full story of what's going on. But, basically, Dr. Eggman's up to no good once again. Anywho, now we're taking on the first boss fight of the game. It's the
Egg Turtle!
Yes, the Egg Turtle. So as I said before, this is Sonic Rivals. You're always in direct competition with your rival. And because I'm playing as Sonic, Knuckles is my rival. If I was playing as Shadow, Silver would be my rival. And if I was playing as Silver, Shadow would be my rival, blah, 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 blah. The Egg Turtle is the first boss, and like all first bosses, he is very simple. He occasionally spins around this little ring-shaped area, and then he stops to poke his turtle head out. When the turtle head is exposed, you jump into it. As you can see next to my Sonic icon in the bottom left, it says 3. That means I've hit Eggman 3 times, now 4 times. First person to hit Eggman 6 times wins the fight. If Knuckles defeats Eggman and hits him 6 times before I do, that counts as a loss. Sorry, Sonic. Knuckles saved the day, not you. Time to retry because the world is doomed because Knuckles saved the day and not you. Again, it's the first boss fight in the game. Very simple. Just wait for the head to pop out, jump into it. I mean, sometimes when the head's popped out, he moves faster in the other direction or towards you, but either way, you just saw it. It's a really, really simple fight. Oh, look, it's Silver.
Hey, you sure have an attitude. Who are you, anyway? My name is Silver. I can't tell you why, but I need to get to him before you. Okay, Silver, bring it on. I like challenges.
Once again, their first technical meeting, because a certain game that is rather infamous erased its timeline at the very end of the game. But again, all the characters handle exactly the same. You're noticing constantly during the races, I keep running into like these little vault things, these little logs. Basically, every now and then you come up to this log or something, and you're allowed to do 2 different button pushes. If you push the X button at the log, your character will launch high into the sky and generally reach a higher platform. And if you push the circle button, your character will launch forward, giving him a boost of speed across from the direction of the log. And if you don't push any button, your character just sort of hops over it. So you really have to pay attention and make sure that when you run up to a log, you're pushing a button in order to make the game go by that much faster. Just tripping on a log can make an opponent catch up to you really quickly, so you gotta be careful. Now, when the first zone was called Forest Falls, this one is called Colosseum Highway. How did we get here? It's a Sonic game, I'm not questioning it. But yeah, how about this, guys? Silver's actually playable and fun. Why? Because he's just a Sonic clone. Again, the only difference between all of the characters in this game, just their special move. That's really it. Silver homing attacks, Silver spin dashes, Silver does everything that Sonic and everybody else can do. Constantly in the levels you will find all kinds of power-ups. One of them might be your special move that you can perform, but others are just basic attacks that everybody can do. Like, you have like an ice block thing that you can create where if you're in the lead, you'll drop an ice block, and if your opponent runs into it, he'll be frozen in a block of ice for a short period of time and stuff, right? And then there's like, if you're in second place and you shoot the ice block, you don't actually drop it. What happens is you'll actually send it forward, and the ice block will constantly go forward along the pathway until it hits your opponent. Unless the opponent's not on the pathway, in which case it'll eventually wear out at the goal ring or something. I don't know. But, oh god, I died! It's okay. This game has no lives, no checkpoints. Basically, if you don't beat Sonic to the goal ring, you have to redo the entire level. Luckily, the thing about Sonic Rivals that I enjoy is that none of the levels are super obnoxiously long, though. None of these levels go on to the 5-minute to 10-minute mark. Again, I'm doing a good case for Sonic Rivals. I'm telling you that it's a pretty alright game. I don't think Sonic Rivals is terrible. It's in the dark age of Sonic because, again, this whole Rivals system is not going to be for everybody, and some of the control can feel a little bit stiff. But, for my money, Sonic Rivals is at least playable. I would rather play a game like Sonic Triple Trouble or Sonic Chaos on the Game Gear, but Sonic Rivals is still playable, so it's an alright game. It's an alright game. Anywho, we'll see more of Colosseum Highway in Part 2. Toodles.